And we are live. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, I am Dave Wildson. I am the game master for the Wylders game, and we play on Wednesday nights. Oh, thank you, thank you. Here we go, 360. Everybody around the table. We are going to introduce all of the folks around the table. I'm the game master. This is a D&D style game. We play a combination of D&D and Pathfinder, and we run a homebrew world. And to my left, I'm going to introduce Mr. Thaddeus Poindexter. Hello, sir.
Hello, my name is Ian Little, and I'm just at the very tail end of a cold, so that's why the mask.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I'm prepped for surgery because I'm playing Thaddeus Poindexter, a physician.
Oh, I see. That's right. There you go.
He's got to autopsy all the victims that befell us.
So he has his surgical mask because in the game he's a medical doctor. What about you, Miss Josephine Smith?
Hi. Oh, just checking where the mic is. Hi, I'm Amanda. I play Josephine Smith, and I am the woman who makes things go boom boom.
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
Oh, yeah.
Sharpshooter.
That was pretty cool.
Next to her is Miss Lavinia. Hello there.
Howdy, my name is Lavinia Rose. I am played by Janice, who is the wife of the gentleman down at the other
game
end
master,
of the
me.
table. That would be Dave. And I play the role of a death cleric who is a fortune teller and also a healer. If that sounds like a wild mix of things, come join us and see how it all works.
All right.
And next is Percy. Hello.
I am Percival Redfeather, and played by Robert Woodbury, and I am a wanderer, a pathfinder, and a bounty hunter. And I was mistakenly put on a tiger mask and was possessed by the spirit of a tiger. So now when I am damaged in battle, I become that fierce tiger.
Perfect. Okay, so we're short one member tonight. He is on his way still. That is our wizard. I got a message from him previously that one of his invisibility spells went badly wrong, and he can't find himself. He doesn't know where he is. Once he finds himself, he'll show up, and that'll be Raven Alexium, our
Like 18-year-olds in the 60s.
can't find themselves. That's right. Okay, so we are playing right now in the town of Salt Shore, which is the old salt marsh from the old D&D modules. We're town of Salt Shore. Everybody is inside a haunted house. They found caverns below it. They're in the caverns, and they just finished an encounter with some bandits. I'm going to stop for a sec and find out. Yes. What
Oh,
did you
just
want?
wanted
You
to
want
say, because we can't see the chat there, I thought you guys would like to know Pete says hi.
Oh,
Hey,
Peter.
hey,
Pete! Hi, Pete!
While I'm at it, might as well just double check here.
Pete's with us on YouTube. Thanks, Pete. That's awesome.
Our biggest super fan.
Wonderful. Okay. So we like I said, we're in this cavern. I'm gonna show it on the adventure screen. This is the kind of the cavern. Here is the map that we're playing right now. It is a haunted house map. These folks are in the basement of this haunted house. They came down, they worked their way all the way through. They found a hidden door along this wall into an area that was basically a smuggler's hideout. There were a bunch of beds. There was one guy doing some dishes, and they subdued him. They have got a door over here that's got a bar across it that says danger, and they don't know what's beyond that. They found the kind of the smuggler's captain's room here where they found a couple of things, and then they found another secret door right here, and close that up. They found a secret door right here and went down these steps into some natural caverns, which they have partially explored. I notice here we've got a trap, Rob. This is your bridger's trap.
That's
that
my
you
bridger's
dropped?
trap. Yep.
That was so nobody would sneak up on you from behind, right?
Yep.
Right. So we are here. Oh, I see that my map here, does it need... No, it's about the right size. Okay, we're good. So that's where we are.
And we were just about to loot bodies and organize the
We
survivors.
just
bind them up.
finished
Yep.
some combat.
Mm-hmm.
And in that combat, you defeated These guys, are they all dead, or did you take one
We
prisoner?
took
There's one.
Two. I thought we had two prisoners.
Well, there's
No.
one prisoner still in the
Right.
barracks,
And the other guy is still in
and
the
the other
barracks.
guy, the other guy is here.
Yeah.
But he is wounded enough for us to subdue him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be Tough Bandit number 2.
Bandit number 2.
So
Okay.
if you wouldn't mind hog tying him or whatever.
I can
it
hog
is that
tie
you
him. Yep.
I think you might. Yeah. All right. I'm going to assume that you did so. You have 2 other guys that you could loot if you want. I'm gonna.
The squishy wizard says, "I want to loot the bodies."
That's right. What
you,
you
Glenn.
find on the first human bandit. Here, we'll go to the adventure screen so you can see. If we double click the first human bandit, this guy here, and we go to the inventory, you'll see that he's got a dagger, a short sword, and scale mail.
Could you put it on the back screen behind you?
Oh, thank you. I will do so. Hold on. I'm going to put it on our overhead screen behind me in the room, which is Games Room TV. Boop. Are we good? There. Okay. So, this is the bandit. He's got 3 things on him. Dagger, short sword, scale mail. You guys should be able to double click him in your own laptops if you need to drag and drop his inventory into your bag of holding or wherever you want to.
Yeah, I think we're just going to disarm him,
Take it.
leave his armor on him, I guess, for
All right.
now.
Here's the second guy over here. That's this experienced bandit leader.
Okay.
You kicked his butt. And his inventory is a dagger and a naval pike.
Okay.
This is the first time you guys have encountered this weapon. It's a long metal shaft ending with a metal spike. Spear can be used one-handed as a melee weapon and can be thrown. So you have he doesn't even have any armor. He just has a couple of weapons on him. Nothing else of
Are
use.
you attracted to the naval pike?
It sounds like an interesting thing. I might want to try mucking around with it. See if I can.
Here
use
is a
this weapon.
third.
Well, yeah.
Here is a third guy who's dead. Tough bandit. You had 3 that you killed out of the 4. And this guy's inventory is a club, a crossbow, a dagger.
And a
He's
sap.
got a sap.
Take the signal
scale
whistle.
meal, signal whistle. First time
Take
I've seen
that.
a signal whistle. What does a signal whistle do? All right, open it up. When sounded, a signal whistle can be heard clearly up to half a mile away across open terrain.
That's a
All
very
right.
good
Well,
thing.
you guys can clear that gear out yourselves the way that you want to, and basically do your own looting. I'm going to say that the slurk has now gone away because you guys are out of combat. So I'm going to just make him disappear. Goodbye, Mr. Oh, I know what it is. I got to go to the other screen. Goodbye, Mr. Slurk. Now, you have looted and you have 1 captive. What do you wish to do?
Can I get Thaddeus to check his health and make sure he's not going to die right away? Can you at least bind his wounds? Make
Absolutely.
sure
do
that
that.
he's not going to perish, because we want him as evidence. We want to take him to the local constabulary and
Yeah.
present him as evidence that we have defeated this gang of rogues.
That's
Well, we
right.
haven't defeated them yet.
Well, okay, but we need evidence. We can't just
Yeah.
kill all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we need to have somebody scout ahead, because this passage down here is where we're proceeding, I guess. And we need to check the rest of the room for any good treasures or things
Okay.
of use.
True. You haven't
Well,
checked
give me a
the list.
moment to
check
bind
the
his
room.
wounds, and then I'll unless
Yeah, so
Lavinia,
let's
do you want to bind his wounds, and I can go and check?
bind the womb and
Here's some bandages.
I was going to say, can I do that?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think you're
You need a
allowed.
trained medical professional to do that.
I am to a certain extent.
Right.
So
She's not going to do as good a job
But
binding as you, but she could do it. So probably could either of the 2 rangers. What is it that you're going to do, Thaddeus? You are...
I'm going to start scouting down one of the passages to see what is yet to come.
Yeah, we want to scout down the passage, and he's probably the best scout.
I just
Okay.
grabbed everything that these guys had and threw it in the party stash.
Oh, you forgot the bolts.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so if we're going to start moving down these passages, I'm going to move the table
Yeah,
map a
yeah.
little bit, and I'm going to just kind of pull it over like this, because because this is where the passage is, right? Right there. That work
I'm
for
not
everybody?
seeing the bolts. Can
You can
Oh, they
move
just
all the
disappeared
minis to
just
wherever
now.
the minis need to go for everybody. We got minis cluttering the table here.
I
You
think it
can
was
just
taking
move them
time to
all up.
update or something stupid.
In the meantime, let me get my
do we
mouse
need the
back on
draggy
my
sticky
screen.
thingy, or you got it? You're longer arms than I am.
I have around somewhere.
And if we have finished checking the room for stuff, I'm going to double back for just a moment to grab the
You're
trap.
gonna go get your bridges trap.
I'm going to get my bridges trap, and
Okay.
then join the rest of the group.
All right. Well,
As
we'll
quickly as I
assume that
can.
you do that.
Okay.
And as Thaddeus goes to check down the slope,
You know what? Just a minute.
put a pointer where you are, Thaddeus. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going with Thaddeus. I don't want him going on his own.
He's not going to go alone. Okay, so you're going to
No.
go with him.
We know better than to have any
Oh,
of our
no.
party to
Yeah,
go
let's
off
not.
on their
That's a
own.
good idea.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay,
Have a
that
look.
passage that Thaddeus begins to explore turns out that it slopes down at a noticeably greater angle downwards than what you have been currently exploring in the thing. All right, there's coarse matting that's been laid in places on the floor, negating some of the slope slipperiness. And we will start to use our clean up our fog of war as you move ahead. You're stealthing, I assume.
Of course.
You're stealthing, I assume. Okay, so
While he's removing the fog, I'm just going to say that that Silver says he hopes you feel better soon.
Oh, thank
And
you.
Hi, Silver, and hi, Sugar
Silver.
Sugar.
Hi, Sugar.
Hello.
I am feeling a lot better. I'm just the tail end and just for
just the
safety.
tail end.
Doesn't
So-
want to be communicable.
Thanks,
Wants to
guys.
communicate, but not communicably.
Okay, as you come
Love your Amanda
explore around a corner, you start to see some more goods, like the goods that were in that room. And it looks like,
Hey, whatever happened to that silk? Was it up here still?
yeah,
Are we allowed to take that?
you were totally allowed to take that. Do you want to look at the stuff that was in the
No, we're
room?
gonna. It's like bolts.
It's
of silk.
bolts of silk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it probably weighs a bit, but we could throw it in the bag of holding, and hopefully it'll stay within our weight limit.
So the stuff that you find in here, you find 5 bolts of silk. You only have one that is, you've got one that is slightly damaged from being used in combat, as I recall. So 4
Being
good
thrown
ones and
about.
one that's just got some slight marring on the outside of it. And in examining the barrels, because there are a bunch of barrels that were in that room too. Here, we'll go on the adventure screen for the folks at home so they
Where's
know
the
where
rum?
they are. Right here, these barrels right here. As you examine those barrels, here are the bolts of silk up here. The barrels turn out to have brandy in them.
Well, I don't think we need to take all of them. We should probably.
You can certainly use those for your Molotov.
So each of these
cocktails.
barrels of brandy weighs the same amount that one of you does.
Yeah, so 100 and I weigh 200 pounds, but you guys weigh
Molotov cocktails,
120.
though. It's not like
Yeah. I think we can probably take one.
You're gonna. How are you? You're gonna try and stick this
God,
in
just
your
roll it
bag of
on
holding?
the ground.
Oh, you're gonna roll it on the ground.
Just
Okay.
roll it on it. Tip it over and roll it
for a
on the
whole
ground.
adventure.
And then of course, we're gonna have to be careful going down the slope because
So much noise.
oh dear Lord.
It's going to make so. Why don't we
You know
leave
what?
it there for
Yeah,
now?
leave it for now.
Get it on
Know
the way
that they're
back.
here.
Well, we're gonna have to go back and get the other captive. Right? So we'll leave it here for now.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Because if we're going to go be
God.
taking them to the police.
Jeez.
Damn it! I was hoping that Thaddeus wouldn't think about rolling down that slope. 'cause
Of course I'm thinking
I was
of
gonna
I
that.
was
let
thinking
that
that was
barrel
the
go.
first thought in my brain.
Well, I was,
like,
gonna
oh,
roll
man.
to see if it ran away on him. But okay.
Mr.
All right.
Game Master,
Yes, Miss Lavinia.
in the bag in this wonderful thing that looks small but has inner bigness,
Yes.
it has both a regular side and an alternate side.
That's your smuggler's pack.
Yeah. So what capacity does it have?
Well, it would say on your our sheet. Why don't we? We'll just go to Lavinia's sheet for a second, and we'll figure it out.
Are you gonna put
Here
a
is
keg of
Lavinia
brandy in there?
Rose. She's got an inventory, and in her
You'd be my granny
inventory,
purse.
Yeah.
what is it? Control F for Smuggler's Pack. SMU. There it is, Smuggler's Pack. It says this specialized version of a bag of holding appears to be a plain leather bag that opens at the top with a thin leather cord attached to cinch the sack closed. The sack pack's magic allows you to access either its mundane space or its extra dimensional pocket. The mundane space inside the sack always holds 5 bulk. The pocket has a capacity of 1 bulk. Anyone searching the bag can notice a thin magical seam indicating the existence of your secret pocket. So even though it's a bag of holding, it's
it
a
has
small
capacity.
It's a
And
small bag of holding.
It is a small bag.
You could not get a barrel.
No,
into
but
that.
it was such a lovely thought.
It was a good try. It was a good try, but you're not getting a barrel in there.
What we can maybe think about doing after exploring down here and making sure, how long does it take you to make Molotov cocktails?
Not long. I've got a few in stock already.
Okay, maybe we should just
Well, the other thing is that our wizard may have some sort of a spell that makes something very tiny.
He's got a different spell that he could deal with it, and we'll see what he comes up with when he arrives.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to that, we'll come back and handle that when Glenn gets here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to keep
We're
exploring.
going to keep
down there,
exploring down that way. Yeah.
Okay, so as you're exploring,
following
what are you
closely,
doing with
Lavinia?
what are you doing with your tough bandit? Your bandit cap. your
Okay,
captain?
I'm gonna. I guess you were guarding the tough bandit.
Yeah, Bear and I.
We can take turns guarding the tough bandit, but I think it's in your charge right
As Thaddeus has examined the tough bandit looks like he's got at least more than half his life still, so he's okay.
now. Okay, so he's okay. He'll survive.
He's not gonna just. Well, unless, he gets caught in another fight and something happens to
Well,
him.
he
like
gets
what
caught in the
happened
crossfire. Yeah.
in that other mine that you were in. Right? Weren't
Yeah.
you carrying somebody on your shoulder and you got hit by what amounts to a rocket-propelled grenade?
Yeah. And it kind of
Killed
killed
him
them. Yeah.
Hurt you?
And hurt me. Yeah. That was
Okay.
fun.
So.
Oh, the adventures we have had.
Okay, going back down to the passage then. As Thaddeus has made his way down the passage.
Yep. I'm using those new barrels for cover.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sneaking and using new barrels for cover. Sneak.
And listening.
Sneaky.
Okay. This looks like a much smaller pocket cavern than the one that you were in previously.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an outlet on the other side. So I'll just show you the visual of what you're looking at here. We'll just clean this up. Once again, you find barrels and some bolts of cloth. And you can see that the passage continues on beyond the bolts of cloth that are kind of in this little alcove. It's roughly this same amount of stuff that was in the other alcove, it looks like. Let me see if I can... A few smaller barrels and only 3 bolts of cloth in this case. And again, they look like they're like good quality silk.
From where I'm standing, can I see anybody in behind the barrels?
You cannot, but you can smell something.
Specifically?
A strange smell.
That was the least helpful answer you could have given.
Yeah.
You smell... You smell, it's kind of an odd, strange, musky smell. It's not totally unpleasant. And you, with your ears pricked up, you hear a little bit of just the slight scrape of a shoe.
From what direction?
From the other side of those barrels.
Can Lavinia hear it too? She's standing right beside him.
No, she's not. Cause she's. Oh, where's your token? Put your token over there too, please. Because I'm looking at the screen that shows me tokens. I'm not looking at the big map that shows everybody else. Let's go to triple for a sec.
I don't even have that screen, I think. Hang on. 1 moment, please.
Now, while you're doing that,
Knives at the ready.
I just have to zoom.
knives at the ready. All right.
Stilettos or cane right here, or both.
Oh my God, they're not built. Oh,
Pearl,
And do you have
pearl
your
handled
sai ready?
filleting knives.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've got ready.
okay. I need to do a little bit of jiggery
got
pokery
what ready?
here.
My
Sickle.
sickle. Tis not a scythe, tis a sickle.
Okay.
Jiggery pokery in progress. Please stand by.
Yes.
Cloak and dagger, some jiggery pokery. Some...
We're playing a short game tonight, as I mentioned to everybody before the game started. We're only going to be here until 9 p.m., just a couple hours, not our usual 3-session. It's a 2-session thing. And that is due to real life stuff that's going on. Oh, don't give me that when I click the button. Let's update that. And we will put that guy right there. Okay.
I want to move up and a little closer to the action. I see that they've gone around the corner, so I want to follow them a little bit, just from a distance. We're just going to give them some cover. And I whispered to Squishy Wizard, let's keep your eyes open.
Okay, I've completed Jiggery Pokery, and what do you want to do now, Thaddeus?
Okay, Thaddeus wants to sneak behind the barrels up to the sound that I heard.
Roll for your stealth to see if you're successful sneaking without making sound.
And I am knocking an arrow to make sure that
You are
I'm
knocking an arrow.
to make sure that I am ready.
And I have
Whereabouts did you go?
I
You
just
are
right at the corner
up there?
here. Yeah.
Right around the corner kind of
So
thing?
I can see Thaddeus. I can probably see Thaddeus just barely.
I have Saphira pulled and ready.
My stealth is plus 13.
Okay, stealth is plus 13, and you are rolling
17.
total, so you rolled a whole 4.
Better than a one.
It is.
Let's see if that beats. Oh, where's my awesome mug? Mug time. Let's roll this. Well, you beat this guy.
Right on.
You succeed in
Josephine's
sneaking.
screams
I'm
for
going to
me.
move your token right down to where you succeed to sneak to.
Okay.
As you get down to this point, right beside
Oh, take care, sugar.
this barrel, you are able to visibly see with his head poking out. The graphic is wrong. More jiggery pokery happening. Because I want to make sure you see the right graphic for this. Otherwise, this isn't going to be good. Yeah, you're perfect. Sorry about this.
It's okay.
This is what I mean about real life getting in the way and not giving me my what I want for time to get this stuff done. Time and motivation. Okay, let's see if this works. We're gonna drag our new guy right on there.
Oh,
Damn
there he
it.
is.
It did not.
Well, there was a guy there.
There was a guy there.
There's a guy there.
He's the wrong guy.
Oh.
He looked like Batman.
Yeah, he had a big metal helmet on. That's because he is the wrong NPC for what we're doing.
Uh-oh.
So
Does
now
that
I
mean
have
we're
to fight with this
been
stupid
coming in
token.
contact with a
Update token. Batman. Let's try it this time. There we go. So as you look around the corner, you see a creature you've never seen before. It is bigger than a puckwudgie. Looks like it's smaller and skinnier than a dwarf. Has great big ears. Humanoid, dressed as a sailor. Kind of scrawny looking. With very coarse, strange features. This is the first time you've seen one of these. It is some type of humanoid. And it is clearly not aware of you yet and is keeping watch up the passage. Apparently, it is looking directly in Lavinia's direction because while you stealthed down the passage, Lavinia has no such stealth ability as a
Correct.
cleric.
Yeah.
So it is aware of her. And apparently is waiting, lying in wait to ambush her.
Okay. Thaddeus is going to stealth up right beside him and say, "What are we looking for?"
Okay, so as you sneak up over his shoulder and you say, "What are we looking for?" He suddenly swings around, "Hey!" and he pulls out a short notched sword. Does he have a sword? Hold on, let me make sure he's actually got something. Yeah, it's a short notched sword that he's going to try and attack you with.
Is he indeed?
Well, yes, he's just
Is he
automatically
indeed?
reacting to another
Presents.
presence.
What to do, me? I hear Glenn.
And we are joined now. Are you? He's going to try and attack you.
I've already had my knives at the ready,
That's true. You are prepared. So
so I'm catching him off guard.
I'm going to say you get to go first, sir. Are you attacking him?
Yeah. As soon as he raises his hands to strike me,
Apparently, I need to roll all.
We're not going to
Beginning
say,
counter.
stop. We mean you no harm. Stop. Stop it.
But we do mean them harm.
And as everybody can see at home, Glenn has made it here. Welcome back. Welcome, Glenn. Glenn is our wizard, Raven. He'll be settling in. Okay, Thaddeus is first. So, what do you choose to do?
I'm
You
going
catch
to
him
use
off guard.
I'm going to use the pearl hilt filleting knives, which I've got in my hands. Would you prefer I go with acrobatics or athletics? Or is there something else you want me to
Just take a swing.
just take a swing?
Yep.
But I don't
Roll
know.
the hit if you're going to hit him.
Just roll a hit.
Because he is off guard.
9.
Plus.
Well, that's what I was asking for.
Oh.
You see.
Well, whatever the strike ability on your
Oh,
daggers
of course.
is.
Oh, of course, that's what I got. Plus 14.
9 plus 14.
Yep, is 23.
23.
Well, you catch him off guard, and so it is not a critical hit, but you certainly hit him. So roll for your damage on whatever your knife is.
Damage 1d6 plus 2 plus 1 piercing and 1d4 bleed. Okay, so 4 plus 3 is 7 piercing and 1 bleed.
Okay, so total of how many points of damage to him?
8.
Total of 8 points of damage. That is... Okay, so you have hurt him. That is your first attack. You get to go first because you had him off guard. You get to swing with your other knife as part of your first action, if you wish to.
Oh, yeah.
So roll the hit. You still get your same strike bonus because it's your first action.
8 plus 4, 8 plus 14 is 22. 8 and 4 is 12 damage.
You hit him for 12 points of damage, and he looks like he is in rough shape already. As both daggers sink into him, he's like, and he is struggling, flailing his thing around. What's your second action?
My second action is I'm just going to grab his hand
Yeah,
and
good.
take the knife out
And disarm him?
and disarm him.
Okay, given the amount of damage that he has taken, you don't have to roll a strength check for that.
Okay.
You are bigger than he is. Your strength is noticeably greater than his, and although he is wiry and strong, when you pull it out, because he is so damaged, you're able to wrench it away from him and restrain him. If he had not been this damaged, it would have been a totally different story.
Oh, I'm sure it would.
Okay, so you've wrenched it out of his hand and you've got him with one arm now restrained. What are you doing with it?
Bring his arm behind his back and just hold him securely until the other guys come.
So a policeman's pin, twist and push.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
so as you pin him and hold him securely, he starts going, help, 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 and he makes a lot of noise.
Crap. Okay.
Something you can stick in his mouth.
The need for stealth is no more, so I'm going to run down and gag him. So if I can cover that distance.
Okay, so as Percy runs down to gag him and silence him, he is bleeding very badly because of the
Surgical precision.
Because of the knives that you use, they're serrated and they have a bleed on them, right? So by the time Percy gets to him, he bleeds out and he dies.
Ooh.
Okay.
He only had 3 points left, and he's going to bleed that out in like 2 turns.
And I'm going to say to you, we better get ready. They're coming. So, I will whistle to Bear. So, can you, and that means that Bear will perk his ears up.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do as a reaction when Bear perks his ears up?
I say, hey, squishy wizard, take my spot here. I gotta go.
You probably would have heard the scream
Okay.
No.
when I stabbed.
Okay, so let's catch up Glenn on this. By the way, everybody say hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
What's happened so far here in the game is that in the cavern that you were in before, I'm going to go to the adventure screen. We'll show it on the adventure screen. In the cabin that you were in the cavern you were in before, you had looted all 3 of the bodies and found mundane stuff on them. You found some armor, a naval pike, a couple of daggers and short swords, that kind of stuff.
And
Nothing
a whistle. Signal
fancy.
whistle.
And a signal whistle. It was really the only thing of interest. And most of it was thrown into your party stash. You have one prisoner. He's this tough bandit right here that we'll move to the middle of the room so you can see him. He is now bound and gagged. And Bear and Josephine were kind of standing guard on him. In the room, you found some bolts of cloth, 5 bolts of silk that are worth some money, and a whole bunch of barrels that turned out to be filled all with brandy.
Yum.
Now, Thaddeus has gone down the thing. You can see it's on the, I'm doing it on the screen behind me. Thaddeus has gone down this passage that sloped downwards. He found a little alcove that had some more barrels and bolts of cloth. Lavinia went with him as Thaddeus was stealthing. Thaddeus got the jump on a small creature that you've never seen before, with large, quite pointed ears, nose that's fairly pronounced. Here is a picture of him. We will do a, oh, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. Let's see if we can.
He's a goblin.
So this is what you see. All right.
He's so cute.
You don't know that yet because you haven't laid eyes on him, Raven.
Yeah.
But what about, and so he has expired because Thaddeus got the jump on him and knifed him pretty badly. He was dressed in sailor's clothes like the rest of them. And now you guys are planning what you want to do. Percy's gone up, and Percy is called for.
Percy whistled for Bear, and Bear pricks his ears up, and she's aware that there's combat going on. So we're waiting on your decision as to what to do. I think you just said switch
Josephine
places with Wizard.
wants Raven to watch guard.
Is that
Are you
okay?
good with that?
Yeah, to take over the guard so I can run down and help in potential combat, because we have nothing else this way, right? It's like they can't be coming from
As far
this way.
as we
They'd
know.
only be coming from this darkness that we can't see yet.
Yeah.
That he was calling for help from.
As far as we know. But
Okay.
That's all you know so far.
Okay, I will move Bear and I.
So you're going down that passage too, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're all going down that passage. Thaddeus has moved to the new, what would be the exit of the chamber. And here, there is a very strong smell of
Goblin.
the sea.
Oh.
ooh.
So that musky smell you smelled before was obviously the goblin.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
But it was mixed with this sea salt smell that you smell right now. And it's not only that, but you can hear
reminds him of his
You can-
beloved.
you can hear the action of the ocean. You can hear the action of waves lapping in some kind of underground cavern.
I think I want to move back to where Squishy Wizard is, because just leaving him on his own out there to protect things is,
Okay, so Lavinia's worried
has a
about
flirt.
Raven.
And a Drama.
he doesn't have a,
My slurk is
The slurk
expired.
His slurp is
despawned.
away.
Yeah.
So
okay, well, that's fine. I mean, he's got other things.
But yeah,
Lavinia
you,
goes
you
back.
guys
Yeah,
might
so.
want to move up a bit to keep the pace with us, and so we're
well,
too far behind.
you guys need to make a decision now. What's going to happen? Are you splitting the party right here?
I don't want to split the party.
No, can you guys drag the prisoner with you?
How injured is he? Can he walk?
I'm going to say yes, he could walk. And he is conscious. You have him bound and gagged, but you had him hogtied, so you're going to need to, undo his feet
At least the legs,
so that he can
Yeah.
walk.
and drag him along.
Okay. Lavinia, are you able to go back to Squishy Wizard and communicate that we are going to untie the feet and bring him with us?
Yeah, so I'm sorry.
I
Tell me
wouldn't-
where the,
Right here.
He's
Oh,
here.
right there.
You're here. He's here. I wouldn't mind a different moniker.
He doesn't want to be called Squishy Wizard all the time. Call him Raven.
Oh, okay.
Well, call me something else once in a while. Mr. Alexium.
There you go.
yes.
Flaccid thaumaturge.
Probably not that.
Okay, fine.
I mean, we don't call Thaddeus sneaky rogue all the time.
No, we didn't.
No.
But we
Oh.
could.
No, we could.
Okay, so what's going
Anyways,
on now?
In answer to that,
You guys need to resolve your issue with your prisoner.
turns. Just a second. I am going.
You're not talking while you're that far away from your microphone, are you?
No, I'm not.
Thank you.
Anyways, I'm going to go and tell Raven what's going on, and we will. Are we on hog tying him, or is somebody else coming to hog tie?
Hey, can anybody hear us right now on the stream?
They have been able to. They've been talking to us.
Okay.
Why?
What's going on? You're not getting anything on the
Well,
board?
I don't see a
Oh.
signal on the stream for voice.
Silver, can you hear us? Sound check, please. I know. Oh, okay. Silver can. Pete.
So the audio stream is just not correct then.
Yeah,
on
Pete.
the screen.
Pete was listening too. So.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
If someone can hear us,
Thank you.
that's fine then. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to switch a couple of cameras and look around at stuff. If I do that, it does it fine. If I go back to Wilders, okay, it's just some kind of bug on the Wilders thing.
Just unbind his legs and bring him along.
All right. So
So here's a question for our viewing audience: should I go back with Raven, or should I stay here?
You,
Would you like someone else to go and communicate that to them?
No.
Because we would like to get the prisoner to come join us.
I know.
And you're
Anyways,
not
I'm
much
gonna
of a fighter, so we're gonna be
So, yeah.
at the
we're
front.
gonna have to stick together. Yeah.
That's fine. I want to go back with Raven, please.
Not okay. That was not nice
Okay.
of me to say. You are a fighter. Just
Yeah. She's more of a tank.
So, what's happening with the prisoner and with Josephine and not Josephine, with Raven and Lavinia? Are you escorting him to where you're at?
Yes, we're taking the prisoner, tying him, and bringing him back.
Well, on Tanya's legs. And that's it.
All right. You need to roll a d20 and tell me what you get. There would be Raven and Lavinia. Raven and Lavinia.
I rolled a hefty 2.
You rolled a hefty 2. Okay. And
What a-
Lavinia,
What are we rolling for again?
you're going to find out in a second.
Oh. You roll better than I did.
Putting on some glasses.
And our little
16.
guy is dead.
I was like, wow, you rolled a 91. That's great.
16.
16.
Mhm.
All right. On the adventure screen, as the three of you, and you have not updated your token, I will update it for you. As the three of you are moving along the passage, Raven, Lavinia, and your bandit prisoner, you get to this point, and he makes a break for it. And he's gagged, and he's like, and he turns around and he makes a break for it and breaks free and tries to run up the passage this way. Unfortunately for him, Lavinia is able to hold on to him, and it becomes a tug of war as he tries to pull away, and Lavinia holds on to him. He has broken free of Raven, who has not been able to keep a grip on him with a lousy 2 roll. So, you've held on to him as he's tried to break away. So Lavinia has to roll again.
Or zapping.
Well, she has to roll.
Okay.
Thank you.
Could just zap him.
Yeah, I could just zap him. Anyways, that was an 8.
He breaks free.
Crap.
And
Why couldn't I do something else other than try
Wait a
to-
minute. I don't think he did. I think that's a reroll.
Raven reacts. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put all of you in an encounter. Okay? You're all in an encounter. Boom. Oops. I guess I got to do that on the right screen. Got to do that on the boss screen, not the other one. You're all in an encounter. This guy is gone from an encounter. Remove.
Do we roll for initiative?
Yep. Lavinia
18 plus whatever my
And-
initiative is. Plus
and
11.
Raven.
Well, I rolled a natural 20, so I got to look at what my
Gonna put you above him anyways. Lavinia's low person on the totem pole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 18 plus 11. So
Raven is
29.
able to react,
30. Yeah.
and Raven does get his turn before the bandit does.
So, and I'm
If I can get this.
29. 18 plus 11.
Okay, so you didn't give me your total, you just gave me your raw die. All right. You're still low person on the totem pole.
That's fine.
Okay, so Raven, what did you decide you were going to do as you react?
Do you need some water?
have we beaten this guy up already? Like, is he
Yes,
low HP?
he was examined by Thaddeus, and it was determined that he was closer to half HP.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just not as prepared as I could be. I'm trying to find if I'm just going to hit the guy with something. Okay, I'm going to cast magic missile.
You're going to hit him with magic missiles as he's running?
Sure.
Okay,
I
you
should be able to
stop
do
and
that.
stand there. How many missiles are you hitting him with?
I'm going to hit him with all 3.
And you're not moving, correct?
I am not moving.
Tell you what we'll do, Raven. We will get you to work on that. Go ahead, Thaddeus, take a break. Do what you need to do.
I'm okay now. I'm good now.
Okay. Thought he's had a little coughing fit and he was feeling rough. Okay.
I hit him for. Sorry, I couldn't see this one dice. I'm going to re-roll it. Okay. Fell into the rest of the dice.
And we're trying
It's
to
a
keep this
3.
guy alive, correct?
7, 10
You were.
plus 1.
Yeah.
10 plus 1.
Yes.
So 11 points of damage.
Here's my level 1 spell.
Okay. As you fire and hit him and you used a chronal shift to... Are you using still a chronal shift or are you not using a chronal shift?
No,
I
I'm
think
just
you're
going
not.
to shoot the guy.
Right. Okay. So you hit him for 11 points of damage. All right. As these missiles hit him, you hear this muffled shout behind his thing. "Arrgh!" And he continues running. He makes it around the corner. Oh, I got all of you guys here. Let me go like this. He makes it around the corner. And you lose sight of him. Because his turn was next. Okay, Lavinia, it's your turn now.
Well, he's gone. So what the heck?
You've lost sight of him as he ran around the corner.
But
Okay.
do you follow him or follow us?
No, I'm going to follow us at this point. No,
All right.
I'm going to at least move ahead a little bit to see if I can see him. Do I see him?
Okay. As you move yourself around the corner, move yourself with your mini where you want your mini to go. You can give her a pointer. Maybe she can point to where she wants the mini to be.
The minute just got moved.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay, I will move your guy right there too. As you move to that point, you do see him ahead of you, and I'm going to go back to the adventure screen so that I'm kind of pulling it back so everybody can see. This is where you see him. You have taken 15 feet going around the corner to get to that point. And
Has
you
he
see him
moved
there.
way ahead? Sorry.
Yes, that's where he has run to during his turn.
Okay.
So he is here on this screen.
Just a second. I am going to cast 2 magic missiles on him.
You're going to hit him with a couple more magic missiles.
Yeah.
Okay. All he needs the damage of the magic missiles. There's no need to roll to hit.
D4s? D8s?
D4s.
D4s. There's 2 of them.
Now you do get a little buff of 3 force damage on yours. And Glenn, you got 3 force damage on yours too, right?
Well-
Not just 1.
I should have the same as Lavinia.
So he took 2 more points of damage from you, didn't he?
It's
I'm gonna
1d4 plus 1. I assume that's for each projectile.
Incorrect. It's 1d4 and the plus 1 is total, and it's actually a plus 3 now buffed on your sheet. Doesn't it say that on your spell sheet? 1d4.
No.
Let's correct.
Oh,
this.
sorry, it does.
It does.
There's 2 separate entries, and I'm seeing, yes, so it's
1d4
1d4
plus 3 fourths.
So you hit him for 2 more points of damage, basically.
Okay.
And I got 2 2s. So
2
4.
2s?
Yeah.
2 2s plus a 3 is 7 points of damage. So you hit him again. You can see these little things all sticking out of his back as he runs along, and he's howling inside his gag as he keeps running along. And it looks like he's trying to howl to make as much noise as he can as well, because he's looking for some help. That is the end of your turn. You stop to fire missiles. It becomes Raven's turn.
Did anything happen to him, or he just says "ow"?
He hollers at that point, but and you see missiles sticking out of his
He
back.
doesn't
And
trip
he's
him
look,
or
he
knock him
doesn't
down?
knock him over or none of that stuff.
So it's my turn again?
It is your turn again. There's only 3 of you in this encounter.
Okay, so I will run up. I will take
The
an
other
entire
guys don't
move.
know what's happening. They are at another place in the cavern.
I will take another move as far as I can towards the
5, 10,
bad dude,
15,
the
20,
interloper.
25. You can get to here at 25.
And I can still see him at this point,
You
right?
can see him. We got a direct line of sight there. That is one move to move there. You have 2 actions left.
Okay. All right. How narrow is the passageway in front of him?
You don't know because you guys have not gone down that passageway. He is now at where you recall are the steps going north and an unexplored passageway going off to the south, the one that smelled moldy to you guys.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Is he within 30 feet of you? I will tell you in a minute. 3. He is 36 feet away from you. I have an awesome new macro. All I do is I put my mouse on whatever selected, I put my mouse on another point and I tap the macro and it says this is exactly how many feet away it is.
Nice.
So I'm quite proud of my macro.
Nice.
Okay.
Holy macro.
Holy macro.
What have I got here? To the level 3. Okay, I'm going to summon animal.
You are summoning animal.
I'm going to summon
All right.
a...
Summoning an animal.
Nope, sorry, I can't do that. That's a 3-move thing.
You're right. You can't because you moved.
Can't. Dang. Okay.
Raven's trying to figure out how he can stop this guy.
And he's... Okay. I am going to cast a level 1 spell of illusionary object.
Level 1 spell
Yes.
of illusionary object. Okay, you do that.
And it's 500 feet distance.
Okay.
And it can be... it can last for 10 minutes. And I'm going to cast a giant velociraptor directly in front of this guy as an illusion.
Okay, so I've got a question for you.
Too big to fill the space of where he would normally be, or
All right,
to like
on
where
the
he could
adventure
go.
screen, this great big here, we'll actually go to the table. I'm going to move the table because we're almost off on the table.
Sorry, I'm going to make that a level 2 spell. I'd like my level 1 back, if you don't mind. The level 2 allows me to make appropriate sounds, generate normal smells, and feels right to the touch.
You know, it's a good thing you did that because I was not going to let him make any noise. Okay, I'm just moving everything so that we can get to the appropriate point. Oh, you had retrieved Bridger's trap, by the way.
Yes.
So I am going to make that happen and get Bridger's trap retrieved. And you know what? It was 50-50 which way he would go. And then I was thinking, oh, it'd be great if he got caught by that trap, but he went the other way, so it
Went
didn't.
the other way.
It's a 20-foot burst, so it's quite a large
I got to get rid of this
dinosaur I just created.
Go away. Okay. Click there. Okay, so table map, we can see what's going on. You produce a big ass illusion of a velociraptor right in front of the guy.
Yeah, just far enough back so he has time to stop. So
Okay.
he doesn't run through it.
All right. How many actions does it take you to do that?
Well, it takes 2 to cast a spell, but I used 1 to move, and I used up my
Right.
3.
Okay. And we're going to hold it right there on a big cliffhanger. What will the bandit do next time on the Wilders? We just had our alarm go off that our timer is up for our first session tonight. We're playing live. We always play live on Wednesday nights. Usually we do about 3 sessions a night. Tonight we're only doing 2. So if you're watching the recorded video of this, you'll be able to come back and look for the next episode following this to find out what happens. If you're watching the live, stick around. We are going to be back in 10 minutes. It is 8 o'clock p.m. right now. We will be back. That's Mountain Standard Time. 8 o'clock p.m. We are going to be back at 8:10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we will see you all then. See you then. Hello there, and welcome back to the Wylders game. And tonight, we've just had our first break of the evening, and we are eating pie, apple pie. It's been made by our wonderful wizard
And alchemist.
and alchemist, Raven Alexium. And it was an apple pie and some ice cream. And the apple pie, where'd those apples come from, buddy?
Our yard.
From his yard. Isn't that awesome? So Glenn is really great. He treats us to bake stuff he likes to bake sometimes, and we really appreciate it.
It's part of his alchemy skill.
Mhm.
So you're going to hear a little clink, clink, clink as we finish up our pie on our break. No, none of us could resist. It was too awesome.
It's an awesome pie.
And I am going to review where we're at and what we're doing real quick. But first of all, did you have something you were going to say, Amanda? I thought you were giving me a high five or something.
Well, are we going around the table?
Yeah,
I
so we're going
I
to go
wait
real
till
quick.
my turn. Yeah.
Here we go. We're going to go around the table. I'm David Wildson, Game Master for the Wylders game, which is a D&D Pathfinder role-playing game. We play tabletop right in our own home most Wednesday nights, not every single one. On my left is Mr. Thaddeus Poindexter.
Hello, my name is Ian Little, and I'm playing Thaddeus Poindexter, and the mask is because I'm just on the tail end of a cold.
Just the tail end. All right, Josephine.
I am Amanda. I play Josephine Smith. I am the weapons expert, sharpshooter, half elf, whose companion is a 6 foot tall dire wolf. Oh,
Named
Bear. And I do have a message from Silver saying, please, can one of you guys call the Velociraptor clever girl?
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
Yeah, quote Muldoon for Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Okay, on to Lavinia.
Hi. Excuse me.
Eating pie, are we?
I finished swallowing pie. The pie was wonderful. Thank you so very much. And so I am Lavinia Rose. I am a cleric. I am a fortune teller, and I am a healer and a fighter of undead.
Perfect. And Percy.
I'm Percival Redfeather. I am a ranger and a bounty hunter, and I was possessed by a mask, and I'm played by Robert Woodbury. So
The Mask wasn't played by Robert
no,
Woodbury. That's his real name.
the mask.
Just
The
to
mask is a
clarify.
tiger mask, which turns me into a tiger
A weird tiger.
at inopportune moments.
And hello to Mr. Raven Alexium.
Hello.
Yay.
I am Glenn, playing the role of Raven Alexium, the squishy wizard, and I have a minor in alchemy, and I have a familiar named Drema.
And okay, and so what has just happened is that they are in the caverns below a haunted house. They've had a couple of encounters here with some bandit smugglers. They took one prisoner, and that prisoner has broken free as he was being escorted by two of the members, being Lavinia and Raven. He managed to break free and start running. He's only got the use of his legs. He's gagged and his hands are bound behind his back. They have been peppering his back with magic missiles. He has managed to get away. And so here's kind of the adventure scene that's inside the cavern. You can see where he is. He is this tough bandit number 2. Tough bandit number 1 is dead. Here is Raven and Lavinia. They've been peppering with missiles. Here is our screen for our tabletop. And so Raven's solution to trying to stop him is that Raven has just conjured a minor illusion. And this minor illusion is this Velociraptor. You can see the Velociraptor that we have placed right there. As the tough bandit turns around in fleeing and sees the Velociraptor in front of him, he pulls up and stops dead. And what is the Velociraptor doing? You cast an illusion, but you used a level 2 spell to do this, right? Why was it a level 2 spell?
Because it allows for animation, movement, smell, and realistic touch.
And sound?
And sound, yes.
And sound. Okay, so as the bandit bound and gagged, comes face to face with this huge, stinky velociraptor. He pulls up and immediately makes a left-hand turn and heads for the stairs, because there are stairs to the north. So he is going to
Wouldn't that be a
go
right-hand turn?
on his right-hand turn. You're correct. His right-hand turn. So he's going to go up those stairs. Let me see. I'm going to go to Adventure School. I'm going to see if I can make it move. Aha! Again, he goes up those stairs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to use his next action. 1, 2, 3. You have lost sight of him at this point. As soon as he goes up the stairs, you are no longer able to see him. So I'm going to... Hey, how come you didn't go invisible? Oh, because I'm not on the right guy. Okay. There we go. You lose sight of him. The image of him fades away as he heads up the stairs. And you do not know where he is. That was the end of his turn, which means because you guys are in an encounter, the three of you, that automatically becomes Lavinia's turn again. And Lavinia, you can decide what you're going to do.
Being as injured as he is, and also like partially bound, he's still able to have the full range of movement getting up those stairs.
Yep, because you guys never hit him in the legs. You got him in the back with your little things. So he has got full range of movement with his legs. That's all he's got. So he's going to use them because he's got enough health to run for his life.
I think he's kind of out of our range at this point. I don't think we're going to catch up to him. What do you think?
Well, there's
Not
only
my
you
turn.
and Raven that you
I know,
two
but
can
I'm
discuss something.
Can Raven talk
You
back?
and Raven can discuss something if you want. Take a turn to do that.
I'm discussing with Raven as to what he thinks we should do next.
Well, I think he's run away and we're not going to catch him because I can't possibly do it. And I don't have any spells that will help us with that.
Yeah. So we decide that shall we go back to the other group then?
Well, we may as well, being that we can't do anything else. But I'll leave my heightened spell in place that lasts an hour. So at least people will be perturbed if they come down the stairs. It's not clear to me if I can move this spell or not.
I don't believe any minor spell can be made to move unless it's like, I think that's probably, I would assume, and I'm going to just rule that it would be a level 3. You'd be able to move it, but not
Yeah.
a level 2.
So-
Level 2, it gets the bonuses of the smell and the movement and the smell, animation, and sound. And I would say a third higher level of that would be that it would actually move around.
Okay, from what I read here, none of the spells I could cast have movements from the physical location they've been
Yeah,
cast. So
yeah.
he's just there. We'll just leave him. I won't disperse him. And yes, we may as well go back with our walk of shame.
Exactly.
Okay,
Hump.
well, we're going to go to tabletop adventure screen. This is where you all are. It is your turn, so I'm going to rule that you guys are out of combat then. You've chosen not to pursue him. That's going to take you out of combat. And what do you want to do? You want to head back down the slope to to everybody else?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so you can return your minis to where they want to be. I'm going to take the table map and I'm going to move the table map back to where you were focused like this, and you can move all your guys back to where they need to be. I'm going to pull it over just a little bit more. There we go. That should probably be good right there. All right, well, then we're going to shift focus as you return to the group
Who was wondering where the heck you were, because it should have only taken
and
me
heard
2
shuffling.
minutes.
As you return to the group, Thaddeus and Percy had plans. Percy had just asked Bear to come,
Yeah.
right?
And I was going to send Bear sniffing around the corner.
We take a moment and explain what happened.
Oh, crap.
And I say, why didn't you guys call Bear to sick him? Because he would have.
That's true. Bear might have been able to, chase him down. Bear's got more movement than you guys do, but
But I don't
still,
think
Bear
either
was
of
in a
them
different place, and you would have to.
He's bonded with
Get-
all of us now by this point.
You'd have to get there and call him, and
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that he would have listened to either Raven or Lavinia.
He'd be more likely to use you and I.
He'll listen to
because-
you two Rangers. He's not going to listen to anybody else in the group.
Yeah.
Although
'Cause
he
I've
will
got the
certainly
beast
come
speak
to
and-
their defense
Yeah,
as part of his pack
right.
in some kind of altercation.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have thought of that, I don't think.
Retrospectively, I should have just called you guys for help.
The thing is the way the timing would have worked out when he was successfully broke free, unless you gave full chase and tackled him,
Nope.
you're not taking him down again.
Yeah, that was only like 3 seconds worth of.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you've lost him. I mean, you've lost him in winding caverns. I mean, that's not that hard to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
So I guess I shouldn't feel quite so bad as I feel right now.
I do have something to ask the group before we go sniffing into the seaside. Should we try and go grab our 2 captives? Because we've got one still upstairs in the kitchen and one that's joined him potentially upstairs in the kitchen. Should we pursue and drag them back down with us?
Yes.
Now, the goblin that we killed set up the alarm and screamed. So very likely they're going to be coming down the hall if there is any
If there
more.
is anyone.
If there is any more. So to me, I kind of want to know if there is any more. Can we send Drama?
Yeah, I can drink. Drama can certainly, as a raven fly, she has dark vision.
And then we'll head back after we know what's ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good call.
And
Yeah.
I have the
I
ability
just
to.
like I don't
trance.
feel like we should go
No,
exploring
I think
with,
you're right.
with having these guys on
Yeah.
the loose.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be attacked from both sides.
Yeah.
Because I think what's his boots is going to go over there and probably free the,
The
other
danger
guy.
door.
Yeah, the danger door, or
Oh
he
yeah,
might
and,
free
and
the
the
other
sleeping
guy.
chef guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he might release danger door. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I can trance into a shared senses and send Drama off. She can
Yeah.
have a look. I have
I'll
100
stay with
feet
you.
of distance to do that.
Yep.
Okay, so tell me, what is Drama's range once you trance? So that I can figure out in this.
I think it's 100 feet, but I have to.
That was 120.
Boom.
So do you
Oh,
have
I
to go
gotta
back
be
up
over it.
there then and closer to the kitchen? Bless you. I'm.
All right,
and
100
there's-
feet's enough.
There's still the one trap that you set, right? There's the
No.
trap. Okay, so there's
He
no
went
more
back
trap?
and he retrieved the Bridger's trap that he
Yeah.
had set there.
Okay, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Bless you. If we move as a group closer up here to the door, so that that Raven can be closer to the kitchen for Drama to have a further reach.
Drama's going this way.
I thought she was going up and she's going to go check the ocean
Scout
side.
ahead. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because we want to see if there's anything up here, and then we can
Goblin
double
set off
back.
The alarm.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right.
And so we don't know.
Oh,
what's-
okay. I
coming
thought
this way.
I
No.
thought you meant sending back
Yeah.
that way.
No,
Okay.
no, we're going to check out what's ahead so that we're not surprised.
Wow, I keep on breaking my Amanda Lear.
Yes, her Amandalier. That's
Amandalier.
isn't that an awesome term?
That's funny.
Love that. Okay. I'm gonna
That's
see if
cool
Barry
with the
comes
bullet.
Off. On the adventure screen behind me, you will see the whole map of the underground area that you have discovered so far. So, where are you planning on going with Drama to do this? You can have you got here? I need to give you a bird, don't I? I need to give you a Drama on the map. Let's go find your raven. And I'm going to put that raven right beside you. There it is. There's a little raven right beside you now.
Doesn't say how far the distance is from the shared senses. Just I can only do it every 10 minutes.
Okay, well, you're fine for now.
Okay,
I'm not gonna place a limit on it right now.
sure.
So I've put a little raven right here beside you. Where do you want that raven to go? And I am going to You can see the map up behind me on the screen on the wall, and that'll give you an idea of where the whole cavern system is. That's
Okay.
what I'm showing everybody at home right now.
I'm going to send it where our,
There's your raven right there. You can actually manipulate it.
I don't know if I can move it.
If you click on it,
Click
you
it
should
and
be
then
able to
try
move it
going
with
up,
your-
down, the right, left
Okay.
with
Yeah, there
your
you go.
arrows.
I'm
there you
going to move it to where the cloud of war is currently obscuring the passageway on the right.
And you can also use the arrow keys.
Okay.
Oh, you're going that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were backtracking. With
See,
Dream.
he was confused too.
That's what I thought too, that they were
I
going to go
totally
check.
thought
and see
I
what was
said I had to say it
happening
like 3
behind us.
times and still. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Well, I don't know how we got off on that track, but you're going to do that. So I'm going to open up the Cloud of War based on where Drema goes so that you can see what is here. As Drema flies through the little bit of a bottleneck, it opens out into a larger cavern, and there is a boat. And there is what appears to be a hidden entrance under what must be the shoreline cliffs. And the boat is pulled up. It's not a small craft either. It looks like it's a craft that could accommodate 5 or 6 people for sure. And here it is. This is what you find.
Okay.
So
So
it looks like it's clear.
I call back Drema to join us, and I come out of trance and describe what we've seen.
Okay, let's go back.
Let me see if I've got a description here for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the passage leads into a cave that opens directly to the sea. The tide is out at present, and there is a little water in the cave, but there is an obvious high mark 3 feet above the floor. Pulled out onto the sloping cave floor is a small boat. It's large enough for 8 people. With oars, a step-down mast, and a neatly furled sail. A rope tied to the bow is being held down by a large boulder that serves as an anchor. Let's see. Okay, that is not happening because of the circumstances that we are in. Okay. That's what you know. That's all the stuff that you know in this case.
So what I was going to ask before of you, Percy, is when we head back up into the kitchen area, would you mind setting the Bridger's trap at that other entrance that we
Not a
never
problem.
went down?
Yeah.
Before we go up and
Yeah.
look for our, and also, Dungeon Master, can bear swim?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
As
so
a wolf.
if all of us humans were to go in the boat, Bear could swim beside us.
I'm going to say that he would have the same amount of distance that he could swim as you as a human before he would, tire of fatigue and eventually drown. So
Yeah, and there's going to be
Even
1,
both.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people-ish type creatures.
Well, 7 people
and
if we have
then
our...
7, 8.
Mhm.
So 8 people, no
I
problem.
know, but he's like the size of 3 people.
he would be the weight
A
of
lot-
3
yeah,
people.
he's
Would
a
be
lot
the weight
heavier.
of 3 people?
Mhm.
Okay. That's a good point.
But you know who can swim?
Uh,
We can get rid of one.
well, yeah, or
So Josephine's like, we'll just throw Thaddeus out in the
Take
water.
turns with Bear.
or we could rope together some brandy and let
The barrels would float. They'd
the
float
barrels
low
would
in the water,
float
but they would
and-
float.
Yeah, yeah.
Even with being filled with liquids.
Yeah, they're
they
still
would
gonna
Well,
be
they're,
buoyant
they
because
always
the way
leave air. Yeah.
displacement works.
Yeah.
They would not float high in the water.
No.
They would float low.
Mm-hmm.
They'd float onto probably upright because of the weight. The air would go to the narrow end at the top, and they would probably float in the water with about, I'm going to say, a foot of the barrel still showing.
Well, thinking ahead here, guys. I mean, we're assuming we're still right next to the port, right? That we were in, because it's just the other. Like, there's the haunted mansion. Oh, actually,
we will not tie the exact dimensions of this map to the exact dimensions of our Saltmoorish map, but I will show you where the hidden entrance is on the Salt Marsh map when you discover that.
Okay.
So I'm thinking ahead. Maybe we want to lash a few barrels of brandy just to the boat.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like to haul
I'm
them with
thinking.
us.
Okay, I would like to bring up that we have an injured howling guy running upstairs.
Okay,
Who's
let's go.
probably going to wake up
We've
the
only been
dude.
talking for 30 seconds. Let's go, guys.
So-
We're talking as we're walking.
I think
So-
we should
What?
head back.
Let's double back.
Where are you
why,
going?
Why are we doubling back? Why don't we just take the boat
Because
so
we've
they
got
can't use it?
2 prisoners.
We don't have.
You
two
don't have
prisoners
any
anymore.
prisoners right now.
Well, we've
Yeah.
got 2, had 2 prisoners that we're trying to recapture.
So whatever they have been doing, they are now alerting everybody that we're down here. I
So-
think we should just take the
Assuming
boat.
there is
Thaddeus's
anyone.
concern is that you guys will be going back into teeth
trap.
of bandits that are alerted
That's
as
not a
opposed to
bad
just
point, actually.
How much
buggering
longer-
off and running away. We're running away today.
Well, can we send Drama the other way?
We could.
Okay.
Or we could just take the boat.
Or we could just take the boat and bugger off.
You know, the boat would be an example of proof that there is something afoot. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious that here you go, here's a boat.
Yeah. And
As well as the silk and brandy that we
Well, yeah.
mysteriously
You're
procured.
going to show
Go.
them a
Get
boat
fancy.
in a seaside port and go, here's a boat. And they're going to go, yep, that's another boat.
Well, if we, as you
What's
So
that
say,
we have the other documentation. We have the lantern.
I do have a silly idea. I could quickly go back and disrobe the leader.
Disrobe the lead. Okay, you're going to go?
Leave his naked body.
We did take their armor. It's in the bag
Yeah,
of holding.
yeah. Did
we
we
don't
steal-
have to disrobe
Did we steal
anyone.
their logbook? I can't remember. Did we steal the logbook?
Was there
Hang
their
on.
logbook?
why don't we just take a corpse?
Yeah, we could just take a corpse.
I mean, and there's like a thing
Not gonna
that I
fight.
think is a goblin that we just
Yeah.
killed.
No,
we
that's-
probably haven't seen those before.
Well,
With the
you have,
sailor's
but they don't know
outfit.
about that.
Yeah, well, if we take the leader's corpse, or the presumed leader's corpse.
No, the logbook was in the candle.
Office. Yeah, room.
And I think we grabbed it.
I thought we
and
grabbed it.
whatever
Sure, we-
candles.
Yeah.
Yes,
were
we
left.
took
Yeah.
the logbook.
Yeah, we took the logbook. Okay, so
Okay.
we've got
And we've
that
got-
proof.
We've got codes.
Yep.
The Morse code, for want of a better word.
We've got
We've
the
got,
silk. And if
and
we
we've
grab
got-
one
and we've
barrel
got
of
the
brandy or
lantern.
two.
We've got the lantern, and we've got the document
Okay.
that translates different words from Latin
Okay.
into an unknown language.
So-
which I'm guessing
sounds
is
like we have
Goblin.
some evidence. guys.
Everyone's
Yeah.
saying, okay, let's just run.
Let's. I think what we'll do is grab a corpse and run.
Well, let's grab the goblin.
The goblin's not good enough proof.
But he's cute.
You know you like the goblin. What are you going to do with him? Weirdo.
So, before you leave, are you doing the drama thing, or you guys are just getting the boat with your corpse as evidence and heading out?
I think we should just get out of Dodge.
Okay, and your Velociraptor is still there, spooking anybody who might come down the stairs or up the path.
Yep, for another 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's grab the corpse and get out of here.
Okay.
And as
And-
many bottles of
And three or
barrels of
2 or 3
brandy.
barrels of brandy and just
I was
rope
thinking
them
2 on
behind the
each
boat.
side,
And
Yep.
the cloth.
We'll just we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
the
we already
cloth in
put
the,
the cloth.
You've
it's
already
in
got
the
the cloth?
bag
Okay.
holding.
Okay, so you put the silk cloth in the bag of holding.
Yeah, and we rope the barrels to the sides of the.
How many barrels are you roping to
I'd
this
say
8-person boat?
2 on each side.
2 on each side.
2 on each side, so
They're
you got
just
4
roped.
barrels of brandy.
Yeah, but they're just roped outside, floating in the water.
Understood. 2 on each side, so that you've still got even ballast.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. You're getting in this boat.
Yes.
All right. As you get in the boat and you push off, Bear is going in the boat with you.
Bear's going to go alongside until he looks fatigued, and then we will take turns.
5 and 3 of you is big enough. There's no more room in the boat, but Bear can fit in the boat with you, because if he is equal to 3 people, there are 5 of you, and it's an 8-person boat.
And a corpse and a goblin. Another one.
Yeah,
and
but he's a
half
goblin.
people.
If you'd chosen a full-size guy, I might have said.
I
But
thought
remember,
we- I thought
goblins
we
are
grabbed
small.
One and the goblin.
Are you getting the other guy too?
Like you wanted the leader,
I
right?
wanted to grab the leader,
Yeah.
All right, fine. If you take the leader as well, then
but not the goblin. I didn't want the goblin. He wants the goblin.
Can't I have a goblin?
I don't. Just don't
What's
see
wrong
the
with
use of
that?
it.
No,
Do-
but I
if you
want
want
it.
to throw the corpse in the bag of holding,
You
I-
don't keep.
God,
you don't
can't
get
I
to
have
keep
it?
the goblin.
Word.
Why doesn't
Fine.
Raven get to keep the goblin? I don't
I
understand.
like the goblin too.
Let's vote. All in favor of goblin?
I think, yeah, just
Okay.
because whatever.
Who's
And
coming?
like I said, Bear he can swim.
Okay.
So we're gonna let him swim until he gets fatigued,
Fine.
and then he'll trade places with
Fine.
Thaddeus, and it should be still okay.
I still think it's a stupid idea, but okay.
So, if you're taking the big guy and the goblin, then yes, the dire wolf has got to swim, or one of you has to.
I will.
Sure. Thaddeus can swim. We'll toss a
I
dire
can
wolf
go-
in the boat.
I
and
can
be
go
done with
under the
it.
water.
Okay,
as
let me
well.
just ask a practical question. I know the goblin is really cute and we like his clothes and he's just, the illustration is oh so cool. But what functional purpose does he serve?
He's
Uh,
proof.
and
Of what?
Well,
and like the game master said, likely it's possible that the locals have seen a goblin, but just in case they haven't, because they're not really believing all of this otherworldly stuff that we're telling them.
Okay,
too.
so that's all I needed
Okay.
is a voice of practicality there.
okay. I have one other voice of practicality. Who here knows how to drive a boat? I
It's
don't.
a rowboat. I'm sure we've
It's
all
a
been
rowboat.
on.
A rowboat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've driven canoes and rafts,
Okay, so
I'm sure
you're the
Josephine
captain.
would have rowed some boats. in
and
the
this
past, too.
guy
Gently
is
down the stream.
Yes.
nautically inclined. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, you go into the boat, and I'm not prepared with the boat on the sea because I never thought you'd do this. So there ain't no scenes or nothing. We are just doing theater
of the
for this
mind.
bit.
Yeah.
We're not that far out of town.
As
Oh,
you
dear.
pile everything into the boat and you strap on the kegs of brandy to the boat and you push off into the sea, you encounter waves, which is something that
Resistance.
what you have got is going to take some work at the oars. So you're lucky because you got a 16. You have no problem getting out just along the shoreline, and we are going to switch to the Salt Shore map. So we're on the Salt Shore map. I'm going to
Our friend Silver Raven says that is Raven hinting at being a necromancer? Raven just wants an army of undead goblins.
That'd be cool.
So
Except
we're going to.
Lavinia is more of a necromancer
She's the
than me.
necromancer. Yeah.
No.
Why don't you guys move those minis off to the side? I'm going to show everybody the map. We're going to actually go to the adventure screen. And I am going, actually, no, let's make that table map. Boom. And I am going to show everybody the table map of all of Salt Shore. Now, here is where, and you can point it out with the pointer for the people at home. Here is where the haunted house is. Right there.
Can
Okay.
you go on the back screen too?
It is.
Okay.
Is it not on the back screen
It's
in
on
the
the
same
back
place?
screen.
They want to.
Yeah.
Hold on. I
There
will
we go.
open it up so that you can see here.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I'll go to the adventure screen here too, and this will help everybody. Okay. So this is where the haunted house is right here.
Yeah.
The haunted mansion. The cove, the little hidden cove that you come out at is right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you see where I'm pointing on the map? Is it showing up on the TV as
Yep.
well?
Yeah. It's showing up.
That is where the boat comes out. So it's not that far from the mansion. It's below the cliffs, right at the edge.
Now, we're trying to go back to the hall of like the city hall or whatever.
So you'll need to make your way south along the shore. And as you make your way south along that shore, you come to the dilapidated area of town called Crabber's Cove. If you're going to paddle your way all the way there, here is where the council hall is down here. Okay, so you are effectively paddling from here.
Sorry,
If you're gonna go all the way down.
is our hotel? It's right next. It's right across the street, isn't it? Or-
No, it's
It is across this bridge, and it is up this hill, and it is over here.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
way over there.
Way over there.
and the constabulary is close to that, isn't it?
And it's across the road from the constabulary.
Yeah.
What time
The
of
constabulary is really where we need to go.
What-
yeah.
what
yeah.
time
I
of
don't
day
think
is it?
going to the city hall is going to help us.
Okay.
It is
so-
currently 3 in the afternoon because you went in during the daytime.
Yep.
And you've been messing about for about 5 hours in this whole sneakage
So
that
we
you've been
want to
doing.
come
Wherever-
to whatever the closest dock is.
Yeah.
Is to
Because
the
we're going to
constabulary.
need to dock. I think we're going to have to like wheel some barrels, right? Like, because we're not going to leave
Well,
Where's
them.
here, we're gonna go like this. There, how's that?
Well,
Does
I
that
would.
show everything.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's why I'm saying how close to our hotel are we? We're going to want to take these barrels of brandy with us and not leave them strapped to the boat for anyone to take away.
Right.
So the question is, how far are you going to paddle down that shoreline?
Yeah.
All the way.
So, well, I mean, that's probably the closest right there. See that little bump in
Why
there?
don't you
We
guys
go
use
on
the other end?
bridge.
Use the pointy end because
Um,
those wide wedge ends aren't helping.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking this little bump right here would probably be the closest we're going to get. Because if we come here, we've still got all of that way to go. But that's at least there's
For some
road.
reason, I forgot that was a bridge.
Yeah.
That we can go
But
under.
I mean, if we go into this little bump here, then we should be able to go straight onto that path and then straight down this road here.
We
If
can
you're
also,
going to the inn, are you going straight to the inn or are you going to
We're
the
going to
council?
constabulary right away.
yeah, if we go to the constabulary, then once we land
Yep.
on shore, send somebody up to the constabulary to get them and fetch them down and to bring with a cart.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to say something like that. If we can, like
Honestly, you people have
Grab-
never really had to.
We've never
grab
dealt with the
a
constabulary.
something,
Not
a vehicle.
good at dealing with these bodies.
Yeah, I don't know. Man.
I'm getting a little motion sick.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
We're talking about this as we're rowing.
Row. You
And this is not very far at all. This would take us like 45 minutes to get there, probably.
I am
propel,
going
your
to
concept
roll to
is the
find out
field
how long it
solution.
takes you because you are battling waves and wind.
Yes.
And you
Existence is but
are
an illusion.
shitty at rowing because you guys don't have any experience with it.
Propel. your
It takes you 2 hours to get all the way down through past all of the docks, all of the fishing docks, some of them with boats that have come in with the morning's catch and others that are going out. And you are able to row down into the inner harbor if you wish to. And where are you landing?
Right here. Just after the bridge, after the Angel Bridge.
You are going to row
Or
under
Mermaid
the Angel
Mermaid
Bridge.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to say your ship has got a mast and it cannot go under that Angel Bridge.
On our rowboat, it has a mast?
Yes, I told you that it had a mast
Okay.
along with the other stuff.
Okay, then
So,
we...
Then we park there and send somebody up.
Or there's a dock here. Anyways.
But that's the other side of the river.
Okay.
The description of... Come on, open up. The description of the boat
Why weren't we sailing then?
was...
Didn't say it
you
is.
guys don't know how to sail.
It has
Not
a
one of
mast.
you.
I assume,
Because
assume it has...
doesn't mean it has a sail.
I assume
It
that
has a sail as
Oh,
well.
we have fabric. Oh, it had a sail as well.
It's
Yeah, we
called
don't
a
need to have
jolly
nice sail.
boat. Okay. They're known as jolly boats, all right? Oars, a step down mast, and a neatly furled sail.
Okay.
A jolly boat is a boat that is used to go from a ship to shore and back.
Mm.
All right. So I'm going to rule that because it has a step down mast, you could keep the mast down and go under the bridge if you wish to.
Okay, should we just do that, guys? And get as close as possible to the constabulary?
Sure.
Okay, so we're ending up this side of Mermaid Bridge.
Okay, as you pull into that side, you run into a problem. There is no place to dock your boat that you can get into shore because all of the banks are, 5 feet high.
What is this? That little, the number, what number is that?
It's
Easter leather.
Kester's Leather Goods.
Kester's Leather Goods. But is that a dockable area?
I'm going to zoom in and tell you. There is a dockable area. It's a small beach at Kester's Leather Goods.
Mhm.
The other place that you could dock as a beach is this the little. Here, give me a pointer and I'll tell you.
I was thinking this looks like a beach.
There.
Yeah.
This is a beach.
Yeah.
This is a very small, tiny little beach that's just behind Kester's Leather Goods. There are also other harbor docks, if you wish.
Okay.
So, what's the plan?
Let's get out.
Yeah.
Are you going to Kester's then?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go to Kessler.
I think
Okay,
it's the
so
closest
you
to our
dock at
destination.
Kester's. Fine, you dock at Kester's. I'm going to zoom right in where we are talking about now on the adventure screen map so we can see where you have made it to. If you're going all the way there, you've got the current that's coming out the river, so I'm going to say that it took you, what did I say, 2 hours? 2 hours and 15 minutes. So right now it's getting close to supper time. As you dock your boat here, what do you want to do? The constabulary is down here, number 2.
And are they even open now that it's dinner time?
Well, there should be like,
It's
the
a constabulary.
There should be some.
the military
Should be
people
something, yeah.
there.
There
Yeah.
should be
They
something.
got to handle drunks at night.
So I say definitely can we send forward our communications experts to go ask for help, and then maybe 1 or 2 other people. I bet Bear's exhausted. He's just going to take a nap next to the boat, but be alert in case anybody comes near. Yeah.
Okay, so you park your boat at Kester's. All right. Who is going where?
I think we were intimating that
If you
Thaddeus
wouldn't
would go.
mind, you're always best at convincing people.
So Thaddeus is leaving the group and going up the hill.
but
With at least 1 or 2
another-
other people.
Not without someone.
Who's going with
him.
Thaddeus?
I'll go with Thaddeus.
So Thaddeus and Lavinia are going up the hill. Thaddeus is currently soaking wet in a wool suit.
I use
Slogging
prestidigitation
along.
to dry him out a little.
Okay, so after Thaddeus gets his magic spell that helps
Kind
dry
of
his
dry us
clothing.
both out a little
Well,
bit.
he was swimming in the water. I think
Right.
you were in the
That's
Were you
why
swimming?
he's. Yeah, he was swimming in the water while Bear was in the boat.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Bear's not that tired then.
So, do you
are
want to send
guys-
Bear with them?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, if yeah, and especially because
No.
intimidating.
They may not understand why there's
No.
a wolf, and it might not have
So no.
the impact that
Okay.
one would want.
So no.
The desired impact.
No.
No.
Okay, so something to point out to you that you will not have remembered at all is that just up the hill from Kester's, I'll show you on the map right here, just up the hill from Kester's is the Hool Watch Tower, which is the other place besides the constabulary and is actually the place where the commander is that you originally talked to, the commander of the whole guard.
Right.
That's way closer.
Okay, so the constabulary is here, but
talk to
Hool
him?
Watch Tower is here.
Well, we'll stop at the tower first,
Yeah.
and if nobody's there, then we'll continue on to the constabulary.
Okay, when you stop at the tower, it is supper time, so the commander is not there. He has left to go home. If you will not remember this, I'm sure, but the commander's
He's on
name
the
was
island.
Eleander.
Yeah.
You
He's on
went
the
to
island,
his
wasn't he?
home before you had gone to the haunted house, and the reason that you went to his home was because you wanted to talk to the grave
Digger.
the guy who took care of the graveyard.
Yep.
And he actually lived. He had actually a room at Eleander's house that he rented, and his name was
Stinky Pete.
Stinky Pete. No,
No.
I don't think it was. You
No.
guys remember what his name was?
I'm thinking it started with a C.
I'm sure it's in
I don't know if it's in here. He took care of the Salt Shore Cemetery, and his name was Craig.
Craig. Yeah.
That's what his name was.
We
I
should have
was
remembered
so
to be on
close.
Craigslist.
Craig with a C.
Craig with a K.
Okay.
So it
I was
didn't
wrong.
start with a C.
So, you are going to do that. You're going to go to Hool Watch Tower.
Yes, please.
You find the commander is not there, but there's another guard on duty. What do you want to do or say?
Good evening, sir. You may have heard that myself and my companions have been, we're intending to go to the haunted house and check, find out what's going on. We have some evidence that there has been smuggling going on there.
So you see the guard standing at the door, and he's leaning on his pike, and he looks at you, and he's like, and he spits on the floor. And he's like, "No, never heard of you."
Ah. Well, maybe I should talk to Mr. Eleander then.
He's once again, he looks at both of you, and he says, "Captain's at his house. Feel free to go on up if you're going to go bother him there."
Thank you so very much.
And off we go.
So you're going off to Aleander's house?
Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
right
well,
now it's about 6
or-
p.m.
Might as well stop at the constabulary.
Yeah,
since it's
stop
on
at
the
the
way.
constabulary.
Okay, at the constabulary. What's at the constabulary? God, now you got to make you find all these places and remember all the stuff about them. It's not that far to the south from the thing, and as you enter the constabulary, there's an old jailer sitting behind the desk, and it looks like the jail consists of a couple of different sections. There's a single large chamber that holds drunks and brawling fishers and stuff like that. And then there's a side passage that goes down into 6 individual cells with better quality locks for more long-term criminal storage. Okay, so are you going to the constabulary?
Yes.
There's a man sitting at the front desk, and he looks up at you, and he's like, "What can I help you with?"
Good evening, sir. You may have heard that myself and my companions are newly arrived here in town. Mr. Eleander was very helpful giving us some information, and we went to the haunted house to see what was going on there and answer a lot of questions. And we found some evidence that would be very helpful, but we do need some assistance in bringing that evidence into your custody.
Evidence, you say? Haunted
Yes.
house.
The haunted house, it was...
I haven't heard anything about this. But you say Captain Eleander knows about it, does he?
Yes, he does.
I sound like Monty again.
Everybody sounds like
From Monty the
Monty.
Trader. I got a small range of accents. So
Just
you're
same-
stuck with it.
I mean,
Same
it
guy.
works well for
Just Monty is
Craddock.
switching hats.
Craddock Stonehorn is his name, the jailer. And he says, "I don't know nothing about it. You're going to have to ask Captain Eleander.
Well,
Go
thank you
show
very
him
much.
your evidence." Now, he'll be back here probably in about an hour after he's done his supper. If you want, he'll be doing the evening inspection.
That would be very wonderful. I do know where his house is. I was wondering if he might be eating at the inn across the road.
Eleander, I don't know what his social activities are for the evening. I'm sorry.
Well,
I
I'm not
wouldn't
his social
expect you.
secretary. I don't keep his calendar, so I can't tell you. All I know is he's going to be back here at 7 p.m. for evening inspection.
Excellent. Thank you so very much.
So they can't even help us with a cart
No,
until Oleander shows
not
up.
till Eleander comes
He's not helping
down.
with nothing till then.
Yeah.
I would suggest going back down towards the bridge again and then meeting back up with them. And on the way, we can stop at the Wicker Goat just to see if he's there.
Sounds like a fine plan.
Let's find out if Eleander does in fact visit the Wicker Goat.
Road.
God, you guys are so lucky. Can't believe it. Okay, so where are you going now in the
The Wicker
town?
Goat.
You're going to the Wicker Goat.
Across the street from the constabulary.
yeah, 2 steps away.
Okay, as you cross the street to the Wicker Goat, sure enough, Captain Eleander is sitting in the Wicker Goat talking to a couple of other what must be guardsmen, and Craig is sitting there with him, and it looks like that's where they had supper tonight. So you found him.
We found him. Good evening, gentlemen. I'm so very sorry to interrupt you, but we just returned from the haunted house, and we have some evidence of smuggling going on, and we would just like to know when would be an opportune time to present you with all the evidence although there's a couple of barrels that may need to be hauled as well, and possibly borrow a cart.
So the four of them look up from the table. One of them is Craig, who's had a couple of mugs of brew tonight, and he looks up at you and he's like, "Oh, look! It's the adventurers! Look, everybody, the adventurers are back!" Well, a couple of them anyways. I guess they lost the rest.
No, they're fine. They're just down by, what was the name of the place? The Kester's. They're just down by, we've parked the boat up by Kester's.
So Eleander says, "Evidence, you say? Well, we better
Yes.
have a look into this." So he gets up and nods to the two of the other, leaves Craig at the table, who's still drinking his drink, and he's like, "I don't know what all the fuss is about." But he nods to the other two to follow him, and Eleander and the two guardsmen accompany you. Where are you all going?
Probably the Kester's.
We're asking them for a cart, asking them to please bring a cart so that we can.
Eleander says, "We'll bring a cart after we see what you've got. It must be quite
Fair enough.
large what you've got."
Yeah.
And so we walk them down.
Down
Okay,
to
so you walk
Kester's.
down the slope.
Yep.
We're going to go
There's
to
the path.
adventure screen. You go down that path. You go past the Hool Watch Tower again, down between the two buildings of Kester's out to where you've got the little boat. As the five of you get to that point where the little boat is, I'm going to just zoom in the big map for this so that I can use triple for this. Right about there. That should be good for our triple screen.
Which one is that? Table map? Oh,
There we go.
okay.
All right. So, as you come up, Eleander comes up to the boat and he can clearly see there are two bodies laying in the boat. And he's like, "Oh!" He turns to one of the men and he says something to him confidentially, and the man scarpers back up the hill. He says, "So you better tell me what you've got here."
Right. Well, we've in the basement we found a secret passage, which opened into a barracks.
You're saying the basement of the haunted house.
That is correct.
Okay.
We found what looked like the room of whoever's in charge. There is a lantern. There is a page with there's the logbook,
So you show him the signal book that you
the
found?
signal book. There is also the page of translations from Latin to some other language. I suspect it might be Goblin. List of commands.
So he says, "Let me see here," and he takes the list of things that he holds up, and he's like, And the other fellow that's come with him, the other soldier who's gone down to the boat to inspect, pipes out from the boat, "You know, there's a goblin here, sir. One of these is a goblin." And he looks at it and he's like, "Yes, this is goblin for sure."
Wonderful. And down in beyond the barracks in the basement, there was a tunnel, several tunnels with a couple of areas, and they had several barrels, such as these, and bolts of fine silk. Clearly, this is a smuggling operation. The flashing lights were obviously from the lantern, signaling to the ship.
All right. As he goes into himself and he examines the two dead corpses in the boat, and he looks up at you and asks, "How is it? How did these two come to die?"
Well, we did encounter them while we were exploring, and they attacked us, so we had to defend ourselves.
Oh, so you're claiming self-defense. I see. Well, if your story checks out, that'll be another matter. But right now, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay right here. And as he says that, coming down the hill is an entire troop from the Hool Watch Tower of 6 guards, all with their pikes, led by the fellow that he had sent up there. They've also got a handcart with them. One of them is wheeling a handcart, clearly for the bodies. And he goes over to climbs into the boat and inspects one of the barrels of brandy, looking for marks on the barrel, pulls it open, sniffs it, And he says, "You understand, of course, this is all confiscated as part of this
Of course.
part of this encounter that we're having right here."
We should have made some Molotov cocktails while we were there. Anyways.
So he takes command. He leaves you under the guard of 4 of the guards as he talks to another one of the guards. And you can clearly hear him giving that guard a command to go and assemble a full troop of 10 guards to go and investigate the haunted house. And as soon as he talks about investigating the haunted house, you can see all of the faces of all of the guards kind of drain of blood, as this is something that they are not happy about at all. And the ones that are guarding you start to look at you very unfriendly, as though now you're putting them all in harm's
You wanted
way.
to come with you and hold your hand.
Yes. I would suggest
don't
it's not so much haunted as invaded by smugglers.
Yeah.
He says, "Right, you're coming with us too, but we'll wait for the rest of the regiment to get here."
Fine.
And with that, our alarm has gone off for the end of this session. It is 9:02. We said we were going to play until 9 p.m. tonight, so we are going to stop it right here. You have talked with the captain of the guard, Eleander. He agrees with you. He's going to go off, and you are going to accompany him. He is not going to let you out of his sight no matter what. He's going to keep you under guard while they go to find out what's going on. So you have now a week, assuming that we play next week, you have a week to think about what and where you are going to show them first, second, and last, as far as the haunted house or other things. All right. So just think about that, and we will leave it right there. Now I want to check dates. Okay. Next Wednesday, we have a gig. Janice and I have a gig, and we're busy performing someplace. So we're not going to be able to be back and play that night in time. So it's going to be no game next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that is let me see. What's the Wednesday after that? It's next Wednesday is October 2nd. And how come I don't have a calendar? Oh, here's my calendar. Next Wednesday is October 2nd. Come on, Google Calendar, hurry up. And the Wednesday after that is the 9th. So if you guys are all good for October 9th, that's the next time we'll play. Does that sound good to everybody here?
Yep.
You're all good? All right, thanks very much for tonight, folks. That is the end of our quick little adventure tonight.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone who watched.
Thank you. And we will see you all in a couple of weeks. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye.